So we just recently released a brand new book called Perfect Pairings. And in Perfect Pairings, there's 6 quilts that have an applique, a very simple applique, and a traditional block. So thus perfect pairings. And one of the things we did in the book, we gave you the 2 ways to do the applique. One is with your embroidery machine where you just push a button, but the other way is with your sewing machine. We gave you the reverse template so that if you want to do it with your sewing machine, you can. So here, this is a shamrock from the Irish chain quilt in the book, and you can see here I've just done a blanket stitch around the applique portion. But now what I want to do is I want to do a satin stitch on the stem, and you'll notice that the satin stitch starts off thin or skinny and gets wider as it comes to the end. So I want to show you how to do that part today. So first of all, an open toe embroidery foot is really helpful for doing this. Second thing is you want to have make some adjustments on your machine, and one of those is the width. I've actually taken the width down to 3 millimeters because I work a lot in millimeters. When I digitize it, I would say I'm pretty much guessing that that is a 3 millimeter stitch. Now the second thing I want to do is I want to tighten up the length, because right now I've got a zigzag and I want a satin. So I'm going to take this probably to a point 4. You might need to, on your machine, you might want to go to a 0.5, but I think on the baby lock I need to take it up down to a 0.4 so it's a little bit tighter. Okay, so now this is how I start. So Mark, if you could just zoom in really well so they can see. So I'm going to start by putting the needle down so I know where it is at. Let's see if we can't get in a little bit closer. There we go. That's nice. Okay, so I'm going to go really slow. So I'm going to slow down my sewing machine, and I'm going to just stitch along that with a satin stitch for as long as I see that needle hitting that blue line. I'm just taking my time. Now I'm starting to feel like the stitch is getting just a smidge larger. Here we go, one more time. Here we go. So what I'll need to do is pull my needle up, because you can't adjust width with the needle up. You see the needle is already moved over to the left-hand side, so that's where it's going to go next. And over on my screen, I'm going to change the width from 3 to 3.5. Okay? And then I'm going to continue that for a little bit. Just going to take my time here. I say that and I start speeding up. Take my time. Okay, I'm feeling like it's starting to grow, get a little bit larger on me, so I'm going to lift my needle up. And now I'm going to take my 3.5 millimeter width to a 4. And I'm going to continue stitching that zigzag. This is just, all this is a tight zigzag. That's looking good. The trick is you want to do it gradually. You don't want to go from 3 to 5, because then it won't look gradual. It'll look like, it just won't look good. Okay, so I'm feeling like it's getting a little bit bigger again, so I'm going to lift the needle up. I'm going to change it to 4.5 now, and then I'm going to continue stitching. That's better. You're going to love this when this is finished. And I do need to make it a little bit wider again, so this time we're going to go to 5 millimeters. I'm thinking I can go a little bit wider, so needle up. Let's go to 5.5 now. Straighten out my fabric a little bit. Now we got this little triangle, so we're gonna start going down. So I'm gonna lift the needle up, and we're gonna go back down to 5, do a couple stitches, needle up, 4.5, needle up, 4, needle up. We're going to need to go to a 3.5, needle up, down to a 3, needle up, 2.5, needle up, and then you know what we're going to do? We are going to go to a, I want to do a little tie off, so let me I'm going to do a 2.0 and I'm going to do a forward. Oh, I wish I had not programmed in here. I'm sure I do somewhere and I'm just not seeing it. Let's see if I can do a secure tie off. All right, there we go. I got my knot. I just hit the reverse button, the little reverse button above the start button on the Baby Lock Brother machine, and it gave me a little 3 stitches. Now I'm going to hit my scissors and show you how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look great? And that's how you do a graduating satin stitch.